Long before hospitals, before antivenom, before medicine, one snake bite could kill a human in minutes. Early humans lived surrounded by venomous snakes in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Death was one wrong step away. So how did our ancestors survive in a world crawling with deadly predators smaller than their own foot? The first defense was medicine. It was observation. Humans learned to recognize which snakes were dangerous just by their patterns. Bright colors meant danger. Certain triangular heads meant venom. This knowledge was passed down for generations. Children were taught snake lore before they could even hunt. One mistake meant death, but sometimes knowledge wasn't enough. Bites still happened in the dark, in tall grass, while gathering food. When a bite happened, the first instinct was panic, but panic made the venom spread faster through the bloodstream. So tribes developed a rule: stay calm, stay still. Movement was the enemy. Some tribes used tight bindings above the wound, slowing the venomous journey toward the heart. Others turned to the earth itself, chewing specific roots and leaves believed to fight poison. Modern science later confirmed some of these plants actually contained mild anti-inflammatory compounds. But the real breakthrough came from an unlikely source: repeated exposure. Some hunters who survived small doses of venom over time built a partial resistance to it. This wasn't magic, it was an early, accidental form of immunity building, centuries before vaccines existed. Certain tribes even used animals as an early warning system. Dogs and other domesticated animals could sense snakes before humans ever noticed them. This partnership between humans and animals saved countless lives long before modern detection tools existed. But not every method worked. Many ancient remedies were pure superstition, and some made things worse. Some tribes believed cutting the wound and sucking out the venom would help. Modern science says this rarely worked. In fact, this method often introduced infection, making survival even harder. Despite the risks, survival rates slowly improved as knowledge passed from generation to generation. Certain cultures developed shockingly advanced techniques using specific plant venom neutralizers still studied today. In South America, indigenous tribes identified over a dozen plants effective against different snake venoms. Their knowledge was so precise that modern pharmaceutical companies still study these ancient plant remedies. But the deadliest snakes weren't always in the wild. Sometimes they hid inside shelters, seeking warmth. This forced tribes to develop nightly rituals, checking bedding, sealing entrances, keeping fires burning to repel snakes. Smoke and fire became a snake deterrent, since many snake species avoid heat and strong smells. Certain plants were even burned specifically for their snake-repelling smell, a practice still used in rural areas today. Snake bite survival wasn't just physical, it was deeply spiritual for many ancient cultures. Snakes were often worshipped or feared as sacred creatures, believed to hold both death and healing power. This dual respect meant snakes were rarely killed carelessly. Hunting them required specific rituals and permission. Some tribes even used snake venom itself, in teeny, controlled doses as medicine for other ailments. This early form of controlled venom use is strikingly similar to how modern antivenom is created today. Modern antivenom is actually made using venom itself, injected in tiny amounts into animals to build antibodies. In other words, ancient humans stumbled onto the basic science of immunology thousands of years before it had a name. Still, survival often came down to speed.